All right, I'm here. All right. If anyone's out there, say hello. Can you hear me okay? Can everyone hear me? If you can hear me, please say hello. Can everyone hear me out there? Can you hear me okay? Okay. All right. Well, let's get started then. So, today's topic is lupus. There are millions out there right now suffering from lupus. Um, about 2 million actually here in the United States, and 9 out of 10 cases it's women. And of course, around the world, you have millions more people diagnosed with lupus. But lupus is one of those autoimmune disorders that are kind of difficult to diagnose because the symptoms resemble several other autoimmune disorders. So you have to be looking for certain symptoms. And when grouped together, of course, that's where these doctors come up with their diagnoses of lupus. And lupus is, of course, basically chronic inflammation, right? Now, there are symptoms of chronic inflammation. In other words, the the inflammation appears throughout the body. Of course, you'll have pain. You'll have joint pain, right? You'll have like butterfly rashes on your skin. Um, and people go through life like this, right? And what do the doctors tell them? Well, there's no cure. The only treatments available are what? Steroidal creams, anti-inflammatories, of course, immunosuppressants. But all drugs are immunosuppressants. Let's be very clear here. Um, all drugs weaken your immune system, whether it's an aspirin, an Advil, or an anti-inflammatory. Um, they're all immunosuppressants because they all weaken your immune system. That's the only treatments out there. But in my opinion, that's not a treatment at all. Um, I mean, would you treat a broken arm with pain pills? Would you call that a treatment? Of course not. You're not treating the cause of anything by throwing drugs at a broken arm. Well, that's really what inflammation is, right? Inflammation is the symptom or the reaction to injury. Now, you might be asking yourself, but I didn't injure myself and create lupus from an injury. That's not the kind of injury I'm talking about. Like you fell down or you got into a car accident or you fell off your bicycle or tripped on a curb. These are not the injuries I'm talking about. Those are physical injuries. What I'm talking about are cellular injuries. Have you ever heard that before? Cellular injury? It's not really used today because, of course, no one really wants to talk about this, or maybe they don't know. My colleagues, other food scientists like myself, um, they believe that there's, of course, no cause. No one knows why it happens. No one knows how to cure lupus. No one knows anything. No one knows the cause of anything. No one knows how to cure anything. I mean, that's how it is in the medical community. And when you're on Big Pharma's payroll, of course, you perpetuate the status quo. You don't want to ruin your chances of receiving bonuses or receiving your salary each month. I am in the very unique position of not being on anyone's payroll. So what I'm telling you is what I know as a food scientist and an immunologist and a holistic medicine expert, that inflammation does have a cause. It would be ridiculous for anyone with common sense to ever think, oh, we don't know why there's inflammation. Well, of course you do. It's called injury. That's what injury creates, is inflammation. Inflammation is your body's natural defense mechanism, right? It sends white blood cells to the injured area of your body, and those white blood cells, of course, create the inflammation, and the inflammation is there to help, well, repair the cellular damage, right? That's what inflammation is for. So when you take an anti-inflammatory or in steroidal creams or any drug that weakens the immune system, what's happening is it's really weakening your defense mechanism. Now, I understand you don't want to keep having inflammation every day. Who wants to live with chronic inflammation? No one does. It's extremely uncomfortable, and you go through life just trying to avoid pain. There's a saying, someone in pain has but one goal. Someone not in pain has 100 goals. Pain is a serious distraction. Life is hard enough, right? Plus having to deal with chronic inflammation on top of that. No wonder people turn to drugs. It's a quick fix. Of course, it doesn't really fix anything. It just lessens the symptoms. But what I'm going to explain to you here right now is there is a cause of lupus. There's a cause of every autoimmune disorder, and it's called injury. So back to how you can have cellular injury. Well, let me ask you this. What hurts your body, right? When you eat it, drink it, swallow it, inject it. If there's anything that you think is unhealthy and you put it in your body, why do you think they call something unhealthy? Because it hurts your body. That's what injury is. Hurting equals injury, yes. So when you hurt your body long enough, it creates a persistent injury that never heals. Why? Because you're consistently hurting your body, and this creates injury. Now, like with any injury, you can heal it. Just because you can't put a cast on it or put some rubbing alcohol on it to heal it and soothe it and clean it out doesn't mean you can't suddenly repair it. It's an internal injury, right? So how do you repair internal injuries? There's only one way to do that. It's called food. Pills don't do that. Drugs don't do that. Injections don't do that. Surgery certainly doesn't do that. You can't massage away the injury. You can't get an adjustment. You can't do acupuncture, acupressure. You can't do iridology. You can't do exercise. Nothing out there that I listed and all the other alternative treatments out there do nothing to repair cellular damage. Nothing. The most you could hope for is temporary relief. That's it. That's all that's out there. But one thing can repair cellular injury. Guess what that is? That's right. You can't live without it every day. Food. Food can repair your cellular injury. Now, of course, you eat every day, right? You eat and drink every single day. So why aren't the symptoms gone? Why do you still have lupus? Or why do you still have any other autoimmune disorder? It's because the food that you eat is not healthy enough. It's not healthy enough. And so you can eat as much as you can. It still won't do anything to repair the injury at a cellular level. Like I said, the most you could achieve is temporary relief. So that comes down to then the ultimate question. What food is healthy enough to actually repair cellular injury? Well, let me give you a little backstory before I tell you. In the 90s, I had my own practice. I, of course, counseled a lot of people, a lot of families, thousands of families over the years. And they would come into my office and I would counsel them. I would teach them how to eat, right? How to find foods that were healthy enough. And at that time, back in the 90s and early 10s, I was able to just send them to the health food store, right? Just eat more vegetables, just eat more of this plant and less of that. And they achieved a lot of amazing results, right? Because teaching them how to eat better, of course, means your health improves, right? That's what eating healthier means. You become healthier. But I noticed around that time that the food in the stores, including the organic food, was not as healthy as it used to be. Fast forward to right now, and organic, even though certified organic is, of course, healthier than the conventional pesticide GMO-raised plants, it's not 100% organic anymore. Maybe it was once, but not anymore. The organic certification has been slowly chipped away over the last couple of decades, especially in the last 10 years. Now, maybe you haven't heard this before, but when you buy something that says certified organic, to reach the organic certification, did you know that the farmer and the manufacturer has to reach a minimum of 95% organic ingredients? So the other 5% can be some additives, some preservatives, even some GMO ingredients. That's right. Now, this is when you're buying packaged food, of course. Now, when you're buying raw produce that's certified organic, up to 5% contaminants are still allowed in organic food. In fact, I think it's even less than 95%. I think it might be like 94, but if you're temporarily 95, they'll still grant you the organic certification, which is extremely difficult and very expensive to maintain, by the way. But unfortunately, unless you're eating 100% certified organic at every meal, for every snack, for every drink, every day, for the rest of your life, then you really can't expect to achieve, real lasting results, right? So what you have to do is eat food that's healthier than certified organic, right? So what food is healthier than certified organic? And this food, which is part of the backstory, mind you, this food I had to find myself, right? They don't sell it anywhere. I can't even grow it in my yard either, because the soil is just not healthy enough in this country. The soil is so contaminated here that there's probably, in my opinion, there's probably only a few hundred acres left maybe in the whole country where the soil can still be contaminant free, 100% contaminant free. So that's why no matter how healthy you think you eat, it's just not healthy enough. And when you try to grow it yourself, sure, that's better. But unless you're a farmer and unless you can grow enough food for yourself and your entire family, you're still going to have to keep buying produce at the store. And that's only if the soil in your yard, you took a soil sample and you tested it for any contaminants and it came back 100% pure. That would be the only way to confirm whether or not that your farming is actually producing wonderful, healthy plants. And how many people have time to be a farmer? I don't. But even if I couldn't use the soil in my yard. Even though I've never sprayed in my entire life, still, I know for sure that is coming, the air, right? The sky is raining down chemtrails and other toxic chemicals right down on the soil. Our soil now has more lead and aluminum and other toxic excipients more than ever before in the history of farming in this country. The soil is contaminated. So the fact that even the certified organic farmers are able to maintain their organic certification barely is nothing short of amazing. So the fact that I was able to procure enough plants grown in the rarest soil left in the country that can still grow food healthy enough to actually start repairing the damage to your cells, it's truly a miracle. And I have this food. I gave this food to my family, my wife specifically, about 10 years ago. I found it for her. She was trying to eat healthy. She was still relying on the medical industry with their drugs and their treatments that did nothing to ever help her. And then she finally let me help her. And she started to eat this food that I spent almost my life savings trying to find for her. She was in dire straits. She couldn't heal. Nothing helped. She did every exercise out there. She tried every supplement, every elixir, creams. So I finally told her one day, stop everything and please just eat this. It will heal your hormones, which, by the way, is the reason why you have inflammation to begin with. Did you know before chronic inflammation, you must have hormonal imbalances first? It doesn't happen the other way around, inflammation and then hormonal imbalances. No, it's hormonal imbalances first, and then you have chronic inflammation. And so when she ate this food, what it did was it balanced her hormones first. It balanced her estrogen, her progesterone, her testosterone, and all the other hormones in her body. Her heart hormones, her fat hormones, her thyroid hormones. And from that point on, within just a few weeks, her health dramatically improved. And it improved consistently too. And I knew that the symptoms that she was experiencing were all from the fact that she had hormonal imbalances to begin with. But her focus was, of course, the inflammation, the pain. That's what you care about when you're in pain, is the end feeling. But I knew the cause was serious hormonal imbalances. Now, she didn't have lupus, but I have helped many lupus sufferers over the years, and all of them improved, and many of them eventually got off all drugs. How long did it take, you're probably wondering, right? Well, it depends on, of course, how sick you are to begin with, but with everyone, you can experience results within a few days of starting. And then it fluctuates up and down. Some days you feel really good. Other days, nope. The next day, really good. Some days, nope. It goes like this, right? So it's kind of like this. Can you see this wave? Now, you're going up, though, right? You're going up. And then eventually, no more pain. Inflammation is gone. So this is from what I saw with my wife, Jeanette, and of course with the hundreds that I've helped just with the autoimmune disorders. And so you might be wondering, well, what's in this food? What exactly are you eating? Let me show you the first one. It's called immunity. I'll start with this one. This is the latest one. This has 17 of the most powerful immune-boosting superfoods. That's right. You cannot find these anywhere in the country. You can't buy them anywhere. You can't grow them anywhere. But I have them, and they're in here for you. And it's a meal replacement. It's not a supplement, okay? It's food. It's real food. It's the healthiest food you have never eaten before. And it consistently boosts your immune system. In fact, it boosts your immune system at least 200%. Now, of course, if you're starting out with a 20% immune system, a 40% immune system is still really darn good. But nevertheless, you are guaranteed to double your immunity in 90 days or your money back. That's how confident I am. Do you think all the synthetic artificial vitamin C products out there would ever guarantee to boost your immune system or your money back? No. They don't care. They just want something to weaken your immune system so you trick yourself into thinking, oh, it's working because you have less symptoms. But it comes back again, and then that forces you to keep buying other artificial immune boosters out there, right? That's what they want you to keep doing. This is the only one you'll ever need. Forget everything else. This is the last immune booster you'll ever need. And it's only food. Nothing else. Absolute nothing else. Everyone at any age can eat this every single day. You can live on this if you wanted to. You replace your breakfast or your lunch or your dinner or breakfast and lunch or also in between as a snack if you want to. And you just mix it with water in a 12-ounce cup. Or you can mix it in a thermos and sip it all morning until lunchtime. It's up to you. But it's a complete meal. It has more protein than steak. It's 100% vegan, so obviously it's 100% plants. There's no corn, soy, wheat, or anything allergic in there. And all the food, of course, is what myself and my family eat every day. We just love this. And yes, it tastes fantastic. Like probably nothing you've ever tasted before. It is so delicious. And so you're probably wondering, how much is it? Right? Well, guess what? It's cheaper than fast food. It's $6.70 a meal. And that's the highest price. When you do the auto ship, the monthly auto ship, it drops. It drops down. So you can live on this. This is your food. No more buying food, right? Or at least one meal a day, not buying food, not preparing food, and then not having to clean it up. So not only do you save money on your food, you save time, you save energy, and you consistently boost your immune system. This is so vitally important for anyone suffering from lupus today, and anyone, of course, suffering from any autoimmune disorder. Food is the key. That's what holistic medicine is all about. Food. It's not about tricking the body or suppressing anything or numbing anything or cutting anything out. It's about healing injury at a cellular level. Okay? And the longer you eat immunity, the longer you will consistently improve. Now, if you're thinking, well, how long must I eat it for? Well, how long must you exercise for? How long must you breathe for? For as long as you want to stay healthy, obviously, right? I mean, if you don't like saving money, if you don't like saving time, if you don't like eating something super delicious and nutritious, then yeah, you could stop, I guess. But why would you want to? I mean, this should be the staple of your lifestyle, because really that's what created your lupus and your autoimmune disorder in the first place was, I mean, an unhealthy lifestyle. So this repairs all of your damaged cells. And the cells in your gut, for example, they rejuvenate every 5 days or so, right? They replace themselves. And thankfully, your gut is where at least 70% of your immune system resides. So you'll feel the most benefits there fast, which is why I can guarantee you'll double your immunity in 90 days or your money back. So go to trulyhealthyme.com and then you'll see right there on the homepage, immunity. Click on that and select the monthly auto ship, and I'll send it to you every single month on time. You never have to reorder. You never have to ever have to remember to reorder. You never have to go back to the website. I will send it to you on time every month, and you'll start feeling benefits, like I said, within a few days, at least the same week. And you can always send me questions. You can always even text me directly. Any questions that you have along the way. I want you to start improving. Nothing out there works. You know this already. That's why you're listening to me, because nothing out there works. They don't sell this out there. If you type in how to stop lupus or how to stop any autoimmune disorder in Google or any other search engine, you'll probably find me about, I don't know, 20, 30 pages down. What? You're going to click through thousands of links to find me? That's why it's so difficult to find what really works, because everything that doesn't work is on the coveted top 10 pages. And so let me leave you with this one last thought. If you've tried everything out there and nothing has worked, maybe you should try something that you don't think would work. If everything you thought would work hasn't worked, then try something that you think hasn't worked. That's the only thing I can say, my last thought to you, to convince you to try something. Of course, I don't know why I would have to convince you to try to eat something healthy. I mean, that's like, oh, please, I'm begging you to eat something healthy. I mean, of course you want to eat something healthy. But this is so special and very rare. It has saved my family, my friends, my relatives, and thousands of families over the last several years or so. But just last year, I launched it finally online. And I made this for you, so you can finally experience what real health feels like. And along the way, I'll be here to guide you. I am your holistic health coach, your hormonal health coach, and I'm your food scientist and immunologist and all those wonderful things. I'm all that for you. So any questions at all, just feel free to text me or email me back. And I will get back to you as soon as I can. All right. So again, the website is trulyhealthyme.com. And on the homepage, you'll see immunity right there. And I really look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you.